Well, I had a pleasant surprise this morning when I heard the postman trying to absolutely wedge a cardboard envelope through my letterbox, and within that cardboard envelope were these two books, and these have been sent to me as a gift by Phil. Thank you very much, Phil, to aid me with the build of my Chieftain. This one here, the Chieftain Mark 10 from Meng, which I'm doing in the Berlin camo scheme for the Black Rifle Model Works group build. So basically there's two books here. This one's all on the Chieftain, which if you didn't know is the FV4201. We've got a lovely picture there of one coming off the back of a commander or going on. And we've got some fantastic images. You can see here, you know, how the wheels would have weathered and the rust on the outside edges of the tracks. Or is that mud? I think it is probably rust. You know, we've got another one there on a Scammell Commander. Great picture there with the side skirt off. Absolutely awesome. Some really, really handy pictures that are really helpful to show how a Chieftain would weather in use, in training, whatever. Service diorama there. Absolutely wonderful little book this is. Brilliant little book. So that one is the... Okay, this is Tankograd, British Special, number 9031. I can't see an ISBN number on it. There you go. That's the title there. You can freeze that and have a look. But yeah, really, really great book. Fantastic book. Lots and lots of really interesting images. You've got engine bays there if we ever get a Chieftain with an engine. So yeah, very, very nice, Phil. Thank you very, very much. There's a great picture there as well with the side skirt missing. There's one in Berlin camo. You can see there the rollers and how the mud collected and everything. So very, very nice indeed. But this is the one. This is my. If I had to pick a favourite out of two, this is one. This is bloody awesome. So we'll go through this one. This is the Tankograd British Special number 9001, British Infantry Brigade, Berlin, and it's armoured vehicles in Berlin urban area camouflage, and this book goes right into it, so it's a fantastic point of reference. So you can see here we've got a Chieftain which looks like it's on some sort of military display, so it's absolutely spotless, all freshly painted or touched up or whatever. Everything is clean. We've got a 432 down there. Is it a 432 it's called? What's it called? Yes, a 432, isn't it? And then here there's some kind of Chieftain support vehicle with a dozer on the front. But yeah, I mean that 432 is gorgeous, isn't it? You can see that's all freshly painted. So this book has actually answered the question I've been asking. The wheels are black, and then we've got in here, we've got all the RAL numbers, which you've also told me in the comments. We've got all the RAL numbers for the camouflage. It would appear they changed. Early Berlin camos had a much lighter grey than later ones, so this being a Mark 10, I think I'll go for the darker grey. So in here we can see we've got some lovely images. I hope we're not getting too glossed now. We've got some lovely images. There's a 432 again. Some really interesting pictures going forward. I didn't realise all these camos were painted exactly the same, and they were kept beautifully maintained. You wouldn't often see them, especially in an urban setting, you wouldn't see them all scratched up and weathered and everything. They kept them absolutely beautiful so that the enemy couldn't identify each individual tank, so they never knew how many we had. So everyone was exactly the same, so you don't know how many we got. So there we go. Like if they're going around a roundabout, is it the same one coming round or is it another one coming round? Who knows? So yeah, this is by Andreas Kirchhoff. I think this book is German because it's full of German and English language. You can see here you've got all the German and then below it the British in italics. So going through here we've got the this is what, you know, why they were there, what they were doing when they were there, and then you've got the different squadrons here, the battalions, the SHQ troop, armoured troops, and what they all did and what they had and everything, and that carries on down here. And then we got here withdrawal, when they withdrew in 1994. So here you can see a couple of Chieftains in the snow, and then we've got all these fantastic, you know, busy images of actual tanks on training, in use, whatever, in parades. This is a very sad picture. This is training, and don't worry, they're not dead bodies there, they're dummies, but they've got a lightweight Land Rover there chucked on its side. I mean, what? What were you doing? Don't do that. So that's really annoying. What a waste. Probably they probably saved it, but it's also got a smashed windscreen by the look of it. So, but it's such a shame. And then here we've got more Berlin camos, and you can see here, very, very dirty. You can hardly see the camo because it's so dirty. And it says down here, this Chieftain is covered with dirt which, of this density, would not have been possible on the West Berlin city roads. So bear that in mind, when you're weathering your Berlin camo, it doesn't need to be over the top. That's probably after some sort of exercise. So here we got a, this is a Mark V, which has got an engine cover on it. It's an ARV. You can see there's the front of it there. So we've got one side, we've got the other side, and then we've got there, and then we've got a picture down here. Is that the ARV again? That's an FV434 repair vehicle. So there's a great picture there of a Berlin camo Chieftain coming out of the grass. You can see it's fairly clean. I mean, even the rubber mudguards are quite shiny. So I did read actually somewhere, I can't remember where I was looking now, but apparently they just did not weather. They didn't let them weather. You can see we got grease and oil on the wheels, and there's some dirt build up on the wheels, but as you can see, the paintwork is all like perfect on all of them. You just don't see any damaged ones. Here we've got one here with the side skirts taken off, and you can see here the wheels are all black. I've actually started on mine. I haven't put a video up yet, but I've done the wheels, and I've done them all green because I'm assuming they're going to be green on the back, and maybe there would be some green showing through where they missed bits. But then I found out, since Phil sent me this book, they were actually brush painted, so they probably got in all the nooks and crannies. So painting those green was probably a bit of a waste of time. But anyway, these Meng wheels, I must admit, they're the nicest plastic tank wheels I've ever seen. They're absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, the lighting's not that good, because if I put the lighting good, then we get a load of glare off the pages. So there we go. You can see a 432 there. What's a 434? There's a 432 in Berlin camo, looking lovely. I've got one of those as well. Here's a Ferret in black and green camo, and then we've got some more 432s down here. There we got more 432s, and you can see on here, when you look at the camo, they're all exactly the same. You see here, exactly the same, which was a very clever idea. And then here, I was wondering what this was. This is an AMX-30, a French tank, and here apparently the Chieftain broke down on the way to parade, so the French had to come and get an AMX-30 ARV to come and recover it. So there you go, got some pictures there of it being towed away. So that's quite interesting. Also of note in here, there's some pictures I noticed. I can't remember where it said it now, but I've never noticed it before. This is it here. You can see on the bottom of the barrel, there is like an aluminium heat shield. It's probably like some aluminium foil, and it's there so that when they're running with the turret turned round and in its gun rest, the heat of the engine doesn't affect the barrel. So I'd never noticed that before, but you can see it there clearly as well. So very interesting, and you can also see it there very clearly. You can see that bright, it's a bit closer to the camera, you see that bright aluminium, reflective shield there on the bottom of the barrel. So we'll have to put that. There's some Land Rover 110s there with a Berlin camo Chieftain in the background. There's a Mark 10 there, very nice, all looking lovely. This was absolutely clean and very accurately painted. Throughout this vehicle's all in a Smuts Barrack in Berlin Spandau. The tracks are painted black, which indicates the vehicle has just received a new set of tracks that, when delivered from the factory, have a black base coat and paint. So you can see, if you want to build one, there you go. That's accurate, in service, brand new, unweathered, unrusted, unscratched. That's the way you can go if you want to. I wish there was a picture in here of a Scammell carrying one. I did read that apparently all the movements were done with trains, so it could be not correct to have this on the back of a Scammell. But it's lovely. You can see here the brown engine deck. I've seen a couple of these and people have painted them green. They're actually, there's the proof, they're brown. You can see it there, it's all brown as well. Then we've got some close-up detail photos, which is really handy. Looking at this, I've actually realised that when I build mine, I'm going to leave all the detail off, like the headlights and everything, leave all that off, because it's going to make it very difficult to mask. Because you have to remember, these were brush painted, so you won't be getting overspray or soft edges. It's going to be all hard edges. There's some pictures in here later of them actually doing the painting and how they mask them up and everything. There's one with a dozer. Here's some more close-up detail photos. You can see trying to mask all that individually would be a nightmare, but it together. But doing it individually, I think it'd be a lot easier. You can see here the perfect. Look at it, and you can almost see there. If you can imagine that being further away, you can almost see how the camo works in front of that building. So this is all about the armoured recovery vehicle now, with the dozer and the big crane. Be nice if someone did that, wouldn't it? So that's pretty cool. Very nice indeed. And then we've got the FV434, which is the armoured recovery vehicle. So it's a 432 ARV basically. You can see here all the immaculate black paint. And then we've got one here which is very interesting, which is a fantastic option for you if you want to build something that looks in service. Look, although they had all that immaculate black paint and everything, look, green, 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 green. So we've got green sprockets, a pair of green road wheels and green idlers. So they didn't necessarily stick to their actual strict camouflage all the time. Maybe that was only for a day, but there's a photograph. That's living proof. If you want to build one like that, build it like that. Unfortunately, you can't get a 434 in a kit, I don't think. You can see there again, we've got all the green wheels and everything there. So yeah, very nice indeed. You can see the exhaust is also still painted. That's unusual. You'd have thought that would have been rusty by now with all the mud and everything in those wheels. You can see some lovely detailed photos there. I wonder if Tackle will bring out this 434. Maybe they already have. I don't think the 432 is available anymore, is it? Here we go with the 432. All looking lovely, freshly painted, fresh exhaust, all freshly. You can see no rust on the exhaust yet. It will soon come. Some great images for you to do your Berlin camoed 432 should you wish. There we go, rusty exhaust, green wheels. So we've got green idlers, one green road wheel. There you go. So there's your proof. I think that one's got a green idler as well. Here's one for Richie. I know Richie loves his Ferret, so that's what he's going to be doing for the group build. So there's a Ferret in the green and black camo. There you can see the rusty exhaust again. And then here's the Ferret again in the green and black camo, showing how the exhaust rusted and everything. And then we've got the Ferrets in Berlin camo. But you can see here they've still got the green wheels by the look of it, with the red painted wheel nuts. Oh no, they had black wheels, so they've painted the wheels brown, but they've still got the red painted wheel nuts. Maybe someone can tell me. I'm assuming they were painted red because it was a regular service item, and if they hadn't been checked or had come loose, the paint would crack. Let me know in the comments below. There we go. We can see here, this is obviously after the war. It's been stood up, parked in the Ruhleben fighting city. Another way to hide vehicles painted in green black is visible in the background. A Ferret Mark II has been completely covered with a canvas sheet. So I'm not sure if that's an in-service vehicle or what, because there's another picture of it here. I thought there was another picture of it here. You can see it's got like a red oxide wing there, and the paint's all damaged and everything. It kind of looks like it's been left. And there it is again. You can see all the damaged paint and everything. That would be a great model to do. And here you can see the painting being done. You can see they got the masking tape around the brown. It looks like they're painting the brown. And there's the guy leaning in there with his paintbrush. And then there's another shot here. You can see there with the masking tape and everything on there. And these are the actual camo schemes now. So you've got the white, the blue grey and the pale brown there. And here's the 432 and the 434. So that's all your different schemes for the 432 and the 434. And then over the page we have the Chieftain. So I've got no excuses now for getting it wrong. Somewhere in here it did say, right back at the beginning, here we go, it was back here. So for those interested, I'll read this out. Since the Berlin Ermine camouflage was introduced in 1983, colours were mixed to match special colours in the environment. Efforts were made to match the grey colour of weathered tarmac and the brown colour of soil. In later years, standard colours were used to save money and time during the painting procedure. Light grey colours were replaced by RAF blue-grey, which led to a darker appearance of these patterns in the scheme. Interestingly, the brown colour matched the colour of the vehicle hangar doors in the barracks, which led to a darker appearance. Comparisons with standard RAL colour trips identified the colours being used as white RAL 9010, blue-grey RAL 7031 and brown RAL 8025. All road wheels, idlers, sprockets and support rollers were painted black. Painting the vehicles in camouflage was done by the crews, and following the schemes was strictly monitored. Scratches and rust, which sometimes appeared after intensive wear and tear during exercises, had to be repainted before every public event. Every camouflage pattern had to be masked with tape and painted with a paintbrush or roller. After the paint job was completed, each vehicle was inspected by the squadron leader. Vehicles that never attended public events often showed large amounts of scrapes and damage to the paint coat, which sometimes were painted over but not exactly matching the original colour shades. So there you go. That's probably the most interesting for the modeller. That's probably the most interesting paragraph in the book. So there you go. So there we are. That's that book. Absolutely awesome. I've got some lovely. Oh, there's the picture I saw of that one with its that ferret with its red fender or wing. But yeah, absolutely wonderful book. Thank you very much, Phil. It's going to be very, very handy for my mental build of this thing. This camouflage is going to drive me crazy. No, I'm not going to get a mask set. I'm going to do it by hand. So there you are. Not by hand, airbrushing, but masking by hand. So thank God for the these. That's going to be the most handy tool I'll ever have for doing that. So there we are. So thanks for watching. See you all soon. And again, a massive thank you to Phil. Bye for now.